hydration plus fiber.
Hey, Tony Cameron.
Fruit extract and nutrients to help support your hair, skin, and nails. Avoiding triggers but still get migraine.
Hey, Tony Cameron.
Qulipta can help prevent migraine attacks. Qulipta gets right to work. Keeps attacks away over time. Qulipta is a preventive...
My family's MIB and I'm getting ready to tear Suwannee County and Hanover the fuck apart.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 now with steak.
At Yingling, America's oldest brewery. We brew beer for every taste. Which one you choose is up to you.
Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
You know what they say, most who come stay, come and meet your people, come and find your way,
Recording.
This is Baltimore.
Commercial.
You don't know real until you think to Baltimore. Yeah, so old, so pure.
Daryl. Jeffrey Daryl Yarbrough, I am sick of you fucking stalking my house without warrants, without permission. And the rest of you too.
Our world is facing some complex issues. Meet the Press Reports breaks them down. Join Chuck Todd every week.
Instead of trying to cover a lot of topics in one episode, we're going to focus on one and take a deeper look at how it impacts America.
With expert analysis and in-depth discussion, exploring and explaining the critical stories that affect our future. Meet the Press Reports, Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, streaming on NBC News Now and on demand on Peacock and YouTube.
Here are the stories we're watching tonight. Storms keep coming here in California. Some of the big headlines trending like crazy on social media. This is what might...
I'm sick of your faggot ass spying on me. Trying to... You won't even let me talk to females on my phone. You're violating my civil rights in every fucking way possible.
After he allegedly attacked a 15-year-old during a disagreement over a foul ball.
You're a goddamn liar.
Attacking a teen on Long Island, trying to throw him to the ground. The teen saying he picked up a foul ball when several adult baseball players approached him and became angry. One of them eventually becoming violent. A dramatic shark sighting just off of Alabama's Gulf Coast. Drone video shows the shark just yards away from swimmers in shallow waters and then moving toward the shore. The shark later spotted near a family with a young child. Luckily, no one was hurt. No word on what type of shark it was. Local authorities say the Gulf is home to 50 species of sharks, with sightings most common in the month of June. Amazon will pay the Federal Trade Commission more than $300 million to settle allegations it violated privacy rights.
You damn right you violated my privacy rights, and now I have you admitting it.
Access to customers' videos, even when it was unnecessary. The other lawsuit alleging Amazon illegally kept thousands of children's information collected through its Alexa voice assistant. The settlements will require Amazon to delete customer Ring videos from before 2018, as well as...
Fuck you, I ain't deleting my videos. You have got to be out of your mind.
Delayed today because of the technical issues.
Because I just heard you admit you were fucking violating my privacy.
Telling NBC the issue has been resolved and the airline is working to get back to normal operations. At noon today, flight tracking sites reported that 90% of flights were delayed. And now to a dietary supplement that is gaining momentum online. With medications like Ozempic and Wegovy in short supply, it's being dubbed nature's Ozempic. Social media users are praising its weight loss effects, but does it actually work? And what are the health...
Yeah, I got all your faces.
Stephen Romo has...
Show me some more.
Are you seeing this all over your FYP?
Tonight, a dietary supplement taking the internet by storm. Does murdering actually work? We're going to find out. It's called berberine, and social media users say it can help reduce appetite as well as improve blood sugar levels, resulting in weight loss for some. But questions remain about its effectiveness. Google searches for berberine began to
Sue, you need to fucking stop stalking me. So does Joe Biden.
Ozempic, in reference to the diabetes medication craze,
Adults lost on average up to 12 pounds.
leading to shortages and people craving.
So does Jess.
Do you see how big these fit?
Savannah Crosby has been taking berberine for 7 weeks now.
In total, I've lost 7 pounds, but not just pounds. I've inches. My clothes is fitting me better. I feel different, so it's more than the pounds.
She says the supplement has been a game changer for her on her weight loss journey, and that her popular posts now have brands reaching out to get her to try their version of the supplement. But she says she's not being paid.
I was noticing that no matter what I was doing, the scale was going up and I felt like I was gaining weight. If it were up to me, I would have done Ozempic, but because of the cost of it's just outrageous.
One meta-analysis of 49 studies found the supplement may provide cardiovascular benefits and
Rick, huh?
weight loss for people who are overweight. But unlike Ozempic, which is a class 1 drug and can cost hundreds of dollars, berberine bottles like this can be purchased at a local store.
You don't need to have a doctor's permit or prescription. There's a lot of differences, though, how berberine is regulated by the government compared to other drugs like Tylenol.
Dr. Peter Cohen leads the supplement research program at Harvard Medical. He warns
No, what you're doing is fucking stalking me, Mike Malone.
claims have not been looked at by large peer-reviewed studies, and there are potential side effects.
Rare side effects.
Lee, you better stop fucking stalking me.
During pregnancy, the FDA or no one else check the bottle to make sure that berberine is accurately labeled.
Don't tell me no.
It's a tricky thing to use, even if your doctor says it's safe to do so.
I'm fixing to put your asses in prison.
Losing weight on the supplement, there could be something more dangerous at work.
If you're losing weight fast, there might be another drug in that berberine supplement that's not listed on the label.
Were there any side effects that weren't so great?
I've gotten occasional headaches, some constipation, sometimes I have diarrhea, and dry throat.
But none of those side effects were bad enough to make you want to stop?
No, they all lasted a couple days.
Crosby says her journey has largely been positive, but plans to take a break after 12 weeks on the supplement and urges other users to do their due diligence.
The way it works for me may not work for everybody else. So definitely research and talking to your medical provider is super important.
Stephen Romo joins us now in studio. Stephen, so this is a natural supplement. It just took off in popularity. What do we know about how it was being used before?
Yeah, it's really not a new supplement. It has been around since 1917, according to the American
Stop
Chemical
fucking
Society.
stalking me.
Golden Seal, and for most of its history, it's been used
You are violating my civil rights.
Some anti-inflammatory properties, so that's mostly what it's been used for as a supplement. That is until this latest trend, but like with so many weight loss trends we see, they're not necessarily long-lived, so we'll have to see how this one ends up.
Stephen Romo, thank you. Coming up, socialite spared jail time. The Canadian woman receiving just a fine and community service for fatally shooting a police officer in Belize. Why she claims it was an accident.
You didn't live.
It was an accident that you're fucking spying in my house without warrants or without permission?
Will suffer a fracture from
I didn't think so.
You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor. You can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help you in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 70%.
I'm not a fucking cop.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions to low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
You know what they say, most of the time say, come and meet your people come and find your way. This is all you don't know real until you've been to Baltimore. Yeah, so on, so pure and real for sure. This is Baltimore. Well, the stuff is bubbling in the pot. Just to wake up and taste what we got.
The big fresh carrots and a whole lot of cheese.
And the mirror from your van is halfway down the street. Say that. Wait, what?
Well, I said someone just clipped the side of your mirror right off the delivery van.
When owning a small business gets real, Progressive gets you right back to living the dream.
Now, where were we?
Why, you're fixing to feel me. On a dark night at the edge of the desert, a murder.
Elena Lynn, huh?
The girl in the blue Mustang. What happened?
The Blue. Elena Brock Lynn.
An old podcast headline. Listen now for free. Ask now to subscribe.
I'm Gotti Schwartz, and here are the stories we're
And you better fucking stop stalking me, you faggot.
Some of the big headlines trending like crazy on social media. This is what my voice sounds like when I clone it. That wasn't me. You gotta see this. Stay tuned now, weeknights on NBC News Now.
Now to top stories Global Watch, and the Canadian socialite spared jail time after she drunkenly shot and killed a cop in Belize in 2021. Jasmine Harton was given a $37,000 fine in order to perform 300 hours of community service after pleading guilty to manslaughter by negligence. Police say she accidentally shot the officer in the head after he had given her his weapon to hold during a stroll on the beach. She has 12 months to pay that fine, or she will be sent to prison. In the Netherlands, more than 1,500 people have been arrested following a climate group protest at The Hague. Video shows officers using water cannons to disperse crowds after activists blocked a major highway demanding an end to Dutch fossil fuel subsidies. At least 40 people were charged with vandalism. Several Dutch celebrities were also in attendance, including Game of Thrones actress Carice Van Houten. And world leaders gathering in Jordan to celebrate a royal
TC.
crown prince married an architect from a prominent Saudi family in a palace ceremony. The event drew notable people from around
Jay
the
or
world,
Dan.
including First Lady Joe Biden and the Prince and Princess of Wales. The day was declared a public holiday so crowds could gather to celebrate. When we come back, blazing the trail on this first day of Pride Month, LGBTQ plus stories you might not have heard, from a former mentor to Martin Luther King to a journalist who fought against anti-Asian hate. Those stories next.
You know what they say, most who come stay, come and meet your people, come and find your way.
Let's see. Read in between the lines. This is what trailer number is coming from.
You don't know real until you've been to Baltimore. So also pure and real for sure. This is Baltimore.
Oh, you didn't show the train that time, huh?
With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from zero to fun in no time and leave basic car behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get 0% financing for 36 months of select 2023 Nissan Rogue trims.
You know what they say, most who come stay, come and meet your people, come and find your way, This is Baltimore. You don't know real until you've been to Baltimore. So also pure and real for sure. This is Baltimore.
It takes about 200 steps to make a pair of Tecovas boots.
You mean Tico is the one been spying on my life? Tecovas boots?
At Tecovas, we've got a style for every style.
Tico, you better back the fuck up out of my house. And if you want to know, they're talking about Tico Gervasini.
How hard is it to see it like this?
Our house is no longer here, but we are here.
Now he's real.
Let's break down what we know and then the big questions still outstanding.
I'm gonna put your ass in prison, Haley Jackson.
Liberating.
Get yourself put in prison.
Ain't no stopping us now. The boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
This has been fantastic. Everything and everyone you're talking about. Only on today.
And finally tonight, this Pride Month, we want to spotlight a few activists, performers, journalists you might not know, but all contributed to advancing equal rights and civil rights for all Americans. Here's a look at some of their stories. Beyond the flags, parades, and pride-themed products, there's
Teach our children it's okay that God was wrong.
consciousness. But not everyone has gotten the full Hollywood treatment, even stars of the stage. Like Cosinelle, French for ladybug, a renowned club singer who's
Yo, get your fucking rats out of my house.
after World War II. Her 1960 marriage was recognized by the French government and the Catholic Church. It opened the door for legal transgender marriage.
You mean Dave, the preacher?
Civil rights icon who came out in his teens and, according to his partner, always lived openly.
Law and order do not exist in a vacuum. They exist out of social...
It bothers you that I'm not a fucking queer, don't it?
Junior implement practices of nonviolent civil resistance.
Yes, I do. I think nonviolence is still...
I'm not a fucking queer. I love women.
I ain't saying nothing about it. Preston's ideas became the model for the freedom rides of the 1960s. He even helped organize the 1963 March on Washington and posthumously received the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
For decades, this great leader, often at Dr. King's side, was denied his rightful place in history because he was openly gay.
Also at the forefront in the fight for civil rights and marriage equality.
Well, Lee, if you're gay, that's your fault. I love pussy.
The whole question of how Asians are regarded in this country.
Journalist Helen Zia, whose advocacy started at a time of intense anti-Asian sentiment in the United States.
In Detroit, two men who beat Vincent Chin to death because they thought he was Japanese were indicted today on federal charges of...
Is that Dennis Dove?
Zia led the fight to bring federal civil rights charges against two Detroit men for Chin's death, although the sole conviction in the case was later overturned.
Part of the justice was to make people aware that this was a racial crime and what racism toward Asian Americans is, and that it exists.
Many people credit Matlovich with advancing the fight for gay rights in this country. He was discharged from the Air Force 2 years ago after he announced he was a homosexual.
After serving in the Vietnam War, Technical Sergeant Leonard Matlovich came out to his Air Force captain in a letter and began to lay the groundwork for members of the U.S. military to...
Well, I'm not a homosexual, and I'm sick of being stalked by a fucking queer.
Matlovich was awarded the Purple Heart and Bronze Star, but the Air Force discharged him because he was gay. Matlovich fought it in the courts, won a settlement, and his discharge was changed to indicate what he already knew. He served honorably.
You keep pointing to my neighbor's house that he's gay. No duh. Why do you think he doesn't sleep with his wife?
And our thanks to all of those trailblazers who broke ground and paved the way.
MB, cop, huh?
Those who are
You can get your fucking cops out of my house.
today. We appreciate you being with us at home as well.
Oh, I'm recording your fucking asses.
I'm Ellison Barber in New York. Stay right there. More news now on the way.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Gotti Schwartz.
Stop following me, you faggot.
And we're following news that could impact all of us developing right now in the U.S. Senate. That's where senators appear to be trying to fast-track that debt ceiling vote to avoid the nation defaulting on its $31 trillion debt. And that could affect everything from government jobs, services, benefits, the stability of global markets, even student loans.
On top of paying rent and whoever I'm going to be living after college, I have to worry about that as well.
He joked about regretting his marriage on Family Feud. Now a jury
Joe, there you are.
murdering his wife.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Timothy Heathnick, guilty of first-degree murder, signed by the foreperson and 11 jurors.
And fresh off their latest launch and landing, Virgin Galactic is looking to send more people to space. But if you want in, you better start saving up. A round-trip ticket is reportedly close to $500,000. Two of Earth's newest...
Virgil, you see, read down. Virgie, look down. L, they're talking about me.
Man, tonight it is going to be another late one on Capitol Hill. And if you thought this whole debt ceiling crisis might have been averted because the House voted to pass it last night, well, tonight is when we really find out what kind of wrenches could get thrown into the mix here. We've got our eyes on the Senate floor right now, where lawmakers are voting on and debating 11 amendments to the bill. Then they are supposed to vote on a final package.
I don't fucking belong to Bill. I'm not queer, Bill.
Now, the Fiscal Responsibility Act, that bipartisan bill that President Biden and Speaker McCarthy drew up to raise the debt ceiling, needs to be on the president's desk by Monday before the government basically runs out of money and hits the $31 trillion credit limit. All day, senators have quite literally been running back and forth to work out agreements to get all of this done tonight, because that deadline, that timeline is really only possible if nearly everything goes according to plan right now. Those amendments we mentioned earlier, if we see any of those pass, those could send the bill back to the House for a vote, something that would take way more time than congressional leaders
Bill,
have right now.
I'm not a fucking queer, and you're gonna stop fucking stalking me.
With some of the wrenches that we are about to see chucked in here at the last minute, right, Alia? I mean, first off, I guess before we get into any of the possible complications, can you paint us the best case scenario timeline? Now that we know that those amendment votes have started, they are moving relatively fast, right? What does it look like?
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, the best case scenario, and I say that both for the country and also selfishly for me, like getting to bed before midnight, is that if I were to do the math on the back of a napkin here, which we were doing in our Senate booth, is that it'll probably take them until around 11 p.m. if they move quickly and according to the time that's assigned to each of these votes. That's when they'll
Is this Alyssa?
be out of here around midnight, and that means that they are well ahead of their deadline. And Senator
Oh wait, this is Dove, huh?
get their weekend. That's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that one of these amendments that we're watching actually passes. The reason that would be a big problem is because any amendment that gets added to this bill means that it has to go from the Senate back to the House before it can go to the White House.
I ain't going to that faggot's house.
Time for that, the X date is looming on Monday. Right now, the way that you should think of these amendment votes is they're sort of like the necessary evils to actually get to the main event, which is the actual vote on the Fiscal Responsibility Act, which is the reason that everybody is here. These amendments are sort of like votes just to have them so that senators can say they tried, even though we don't expect any of them to pass.
Votes just to have them, music to everyone's ears. So talking about the curveballs here, we know 11 amendments are expected to be put.
I got big balls, motherfucker. I'm ready to take this whole fucking government down over your faggot ass. You won't stop stalking me because you can't realize that I'm not gay.
Are from Republicans, one is from a Democrat, and that one from a Democrat is actually, if I am just outright a nerd, that's the most interesting one, most likely in this mix of things, because it's about this thing called the Mountain Valley Pipeline, and it's a pipeline that runs through West Virginia and Virginia. It's something that one Democrat, Joe Manchin of West Virginia, is in favor of, but that his fellow senator in Virginia, Tim Kaine, is against. Kaine is the one who's sponsoring this amendment. Again, we don't expect it to pass, but it is a moment where Democrats are sparring over one key issue that's in this bill. The rest of them, though, are things that we sort of were able to predict, because it's many things from Republicans, from concerns about caps on defense spending, as well as just the overall spending budget of the United States. Those are some of the amendments that we anticipated and now are playing out on the floor.
Callie, you're the coolest nerd I know. Now, I gotta ask, when it comes to these amendments, I know that there may be different thresholds to get one of these possibly passed. Is there a potential for one of them to maybe become a poison pill that everyone just has to swallow to get this whole entire thing through?
I don't think so.
I ain't turning gay just so that some fucking queer can be satisfied. I love women.
Hotlines basically previewing how members of their caucuses will vote, so they have a sense of who's going where. We don't anticipate any surprises here. Now, I never say never because politics, especially in this building, can be crazy sometimes. But at the same time, Gotti, you can say that something will have gone very, very wrong if any of these amendment votes pass.
It almost sounds like you're optimistic. Almost, right?
I don't know. I'm not willing to be optimistic yet, but talk to me in a few hours.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be in bed by midnight. Ali Vitale, thanks so much. Now, lawmakers have been going back and forth on a lot of things they don't like in that debt ceiling bill. The gas pipeline that we just talked about, defense spending, welfare, and then there's one issue, the issue of student loans with a provision in the bill that has over 40 million Americans right now on edge. If that bill passes the Senate and makes it to President Biden's desk, it will restart student loan payments as soon as August 31st. Now, student loan payments have been on pause for nearly...
Yeah, you owe me a lot of fucking money for spying on my life illegally.
2 million Americans have been waiting to hear what's going to happen to this